I think this is worth just a little video. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So many people so in love, so hugging the Matrix like it's, actual Big Brother or something, and you're a little bitch man or a little sister or something. Hugging the Matrix. Yeah, good for you. You're gonna get some stuff off Satan. You're gonna get a satanic life of stuff, things made out of things. But you're not gonna exist past your body. You're most likely going to be some kind of demonic, porn after you're dead in this body. It's pretty obvious to see that, spirit gets taken from body. You see it in about 1 second. Suddenly the object's in front of you, but the animation is ceased. If you like police, I reckon you're basically an organic portal. If you're not, you're acting like it. That's my point here. That's why I said you're basically. Because essentially or basically you're acting like one. And the best thing I think that matches this is this quote I found years ago. I couldn't find it on Google just now. It's something along the lines of your safety. You will find safety when you are truly alive. So some of you might know that quote. It's like one of the real good quotes. I think it might be Rumi. I'm not sure. Maybe I should have typed that after the quote, but it didn't come up when I typed in Google. So it'll be in consciousazine somewhere in the website www.consciousazine.net. The link to the website I put under every video. And in there on some page, I don't know what page, but maybe a page to do with the system, like the system page or something like that. But it's on one of those sort of pages, and it's something along the lines of you will find your safety. Don't seek safety, because you will find safety when you become truly alive. I'm pretty sure that's the quote, or it's very close to what I just said. And I think that goes really, really good with this, because, for a long time, most of time, humans have acted in their own spirited nature, without a police force, which only really came, the way we have it from, the back streets of the UK, when people were getting raped, and a lot of rapings. Now, everything happens for a reason, you see. Maybe the planet because it's sentient, the planet is alive, it's a planetoid, like you're a humanoid, and maybe the planet thought, the planet's really in charge. That's what I want to really emphasize. The planet is in charge. The police aren't in charge. The Illuminati, they're not in charge. They just all look like it to the nitwit mind and the organic portal person, to enter the monkey brain, because they'll subdue the monkey anger. Anyway, so, the police came about from, a lot of rapings in the back streets in England. And what's funny is, everything happens for a reason. So, obviously the planet made that happen for a certain control measure. Now, there's something, what we talk about here, these spiritless humans, the organic portals, and I always say they're part of a surface virus, and it's only a surface virus if you understand, very deeply anyway, or the full depths of your experience here. Sorry, I hope my screen wasn't wobbling then too much and giving you that little tick sound, sorry, when I move. So, I just reckon that you need to remember this quote. Don't seek safety, because you'll find safety when you're truly alive. What does truly alive mean? Before I mentioned when a body dies, you see the spirit leave. Well, suddenly there's no animation. It's our spirited nature which animates our bodies. You're in a suit, basically a body suit. You are the clay man, who is dirigible by the stars, obviously, the starlight, hard incident radiation, and so on. You're guided by the stars, and you're dirigible, hence capable of being steered and guided. Yes, but beyond being, the idea of clay man with minerals in your mindset, think of it more like duality as well. Yes, it's an electrical universe, but it's like gooey, right? When you touch someone else's hand, is it not soft and weirdly gooey? It's not like metal. Anyway, so you're in a suit, and we see the animation die. So what does it mean when you're truly alive? Could it mean something to do with spirited nature and spiritlessness when you die? And that's why we call organic portals the walking dead. We say they're just already dead, because they're not truly alive, because they're spiritless humans. They don't have their own spirit, they're connected to a 2D group soul. Third dimensional consciousness, or ego consciousness, is the first seed point of sovereign consciousness. And the ego, all that is really just the steward of the body, and it's grown very neurotic after a long time. And it seeks separation. The ego continues to seek separation. So I just find that all the people that they love the police so much in their life, and you see a lot of rich people run for it, because they got a lot of Satan living. They've got a lot of, build-up of stuff. So that, of course, they need someone to help them protect all that neurotic stuff they've hoarded. Anyway, because you're not truly alive, I'm telling you. Well, why don't you go experience what so many of us experience when we just drop everything and have a spontaneous trip? Huh? Or even just a road trip on the most close to your life level. How much different do you feel, huh? And you come back renewed in your what? Spirits? You're like, alright, I'm ready to go to this crappy job again? Because your spirit's just renewed? Yeah. So what we're saying here, or what I'm saying, and people like me, when you truly come alive, then you'll have your safety. And I've been a surfer since I was about 12 or 11 years old on the east coast of Australia. I grew up on Gold Coast and Sunshine Coast, and I'd done a lot of surfing, sometimes 3 times a day when I was a younger fella. And what I found was, in the surf, and I'm going to write a book about surfing, why it's the healthiest thing for you, and because of these mental aspects I'm about to say, the absence of the fear, and the pulsing through of the light, and the clarity of the light, and that your efferent nervous system is, for instance, clear, so you don't have all these thoughts. And to do with your nervous system and stuff, you have thoughts looping on there. It's like a looping effect you get on your nerves, and that's why I'm always talking about grounding, because it gets the loops undone and undoes those thoughts. They flow off, and the earth will give you new thoughts. It's like you empty the cup into the earth when you're grounding, and then you receive, your cup filling up again. You get this chi energy, and chi light is, informational. Light is informational. It's the darkness which is the devoid nature. It's darkness which is devoid, and light is informational and forms. Yeah, forms stuff, or form. Informational as well. So it's embedded with higher light and the upper dimensional light, or your dirigibility from inside and up through the crown into your soul. Now, soul is sleeping deep beyond the veil, and spirits incarnate on behalf of soul. So, there will be no soul extraction machine. There will be a spirit extraction machine for sure, because we already have that resonance alive as the general system in a large, bulky sense already. But, that will compress into a little machine, like fusion machines, they're going to get smaller. Once we build the big ones that work, then we're going to get them smaller and more refined. Because you can see this trend all the time, how we've gone from macro science into, sub-quantum atomic particle science and so on. It's just another trend in the universe of how, it seems to densify or compress energy. Anyway, so my point is, look out for these people who love the police. I should have put love. Yeah, because they're just all over it, So I'm going to put it as love. They just call it at the whim, a click of a finger, you know what I mean? So it's these type of people that I mean. if you just click of the finger, are called the poo lice. I'm going to put here poo lice. They're like lice hanging off the end of my poo if they drag me off. Yeah, that's what I think of you guys. Organic portal spiritless humans. And of course, spiritless humans also join that because they've got no what? No path of their own. There is no dirigibility. They're just surface bodies, right? These organic portal people. And of course they want to become poo lice and control people. Because then they get, you know, some sort of feeling of safety, yeah, like we've discussed. But they also get a type of ego introduction, or seeding of the ego consciousness from second dimensional, basically unconscious group soul organic portal to third dimensional, starting to have a little bit of self-consciousness. And they have their consciousness of their self now suddenly in the third dimension and the ego perspective. It's how you know whose mouth to feed at night, the ego. The id is the steward of the light body, the ego is the steward of the physical body. So organic portals are only ego-based lives. What does an ego-based life look like? It looks like accreting money for a family, sucking in from humanity into a neurotic nuclear family model. It looks like not doing any great work, no magnus opus to leave to the species. So there's always an inward sucking on an ego life. You see that? There's no output. I have a quote in consciousazine, you know, life in, life out consumption, because you definitely take in life, yeah? But don't forget that give out life and light. So, you know, I just wanted to say this because I think it might even help a few people. I think it's pretty obvious, but I think it might even help a few people as another razor, you know, another razor to take to cut up the scene. Is this person a spiritless human, or are they not a discernment razor? I'm not talking about any razors of killing anyone, I'm talking about discernment razors, yeah, discerning a situation. So you take your razor of discernment to situations and you can tell if they love the police so much, they're most likely an organic portal. Not 100% for sure, no one's saying that, I'm not saying that, but they're definitely most likely to be an organic portal spiritless human, because they're not calling on their own spirit, they're calling on the cross-horizontal surface virus, you see, of the group soul to act on their behalf. And, you know, you get things like the Matrix stare, where they stare at you, and boy have I gotten that a lot in my life, just for acting, you know, different. And they see your light sometimes, your aura and stuff. All sorts of weird situations I talk about in my other videos, as you can see some down here. So yeah, and it's because they have no connection to the divine. What their connection is not inward and upward to heaven, so to speak, and the inner realms and dimensions. That's not what they have. Their self-spirit, or their fifth dimensional light body and their multi-dimensional light body, they don't have that. They call, you know, and spirit is vertical on the horizontal cross of matter, and what they are is the horizontal cross of matter. The definition of spiritual is being centered in your own light column, rather than being horizontally made up of other people's thoughts. You see their horizontal aspect? Because they're calling on other people to come and help. And their whole life is actually like that. You know, now, obviously there's crossovers in, you know, inured souled humans or negative souled humans as well. Both of those are going to cross over a lot. You know, the negative souled human loves the poo lice to just get you in trouble and slow you down, because they're under some dark demonic influence anyway. Even though they're not an organic portal, they're a negative souled human. They have a soul, but they've, you know, turned to the dark side, you might say. So those, you know, negative souled humans, I find a lot will call the poo lice on you just to stuff with you, you know, just to F with you and to slow you down and create more matrix hive mind focus on your life, and that slows you down and stuff. So, and then you get gang stalked. I also talk about gang stalking on this channel. and they make up false reports and stuff.